Hey, what's going on, everybody? What up? Happy Tuesday to you all. We are now live. Well, I'm live now. This is another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Twitch. But if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. What's going on, everyone? As always, I am Steve, here once again for the Raw Rundown here on Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. January is about to come to an end. And for a lot of us, the excitement is there. The excitement is there. The excitement is there. We're literally a couple of days away from the Royal Rumble. And if you speaking of the Royal Rumble, in case you missed it, yesterday, myself and Chase Oliver, we were live here on the channel on the live edition of Steve's Kitchen previewing the 2025 Royal Rumble. We gave our thoughts on the matches, that only 4, thankfully, still. Our predictions, and as well some betting odds for you guys out there that probably want to, put a couple bucks and win some money on the men's and women's Royal Rumble. All that was courtesy of betonline.ag. So there was that. Go give that a watch if you have not, whenever you get a chance. But again, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. And if you want to become an ATP channel member, is only $2.99 a month. Hit the join button that you see next to the subscribe button on YouTube. You get all these perks that you see. Priority reply to comments. You get to join the ATP gaming roster, especially now with 2K25 coming out real soon. And we all saw the trailer yesterday and all the additions that are going to be coming out. Roman Reigns on the cover. You get to join us on the throwback watch-alongs, and especially every single Wednesday, you get to join us for the AEW Dynamite watch parties that we do. That's the new version of SAD. And ladies and gentlemen, as soon as I'm about to get into this Raw review, I'm here joined by a special guest. Holy crap. He had an amazing performance on Sunday. An amazing performance. And he's about to go once again to the Super Bowl to achieve history here, to win 3 in a row, the one, the only, the GOAT himself, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Champ, how are you?
Hey, Steve, I'm doing good. Just joining this StreamYard service on my new iPhone 16 Plus from T-Mobile. It's really crazy what you can get with the new 5G from T-Mobile. Trade in your phone today to get yourself a new iPhone 16 Plus Pro. Hey, man, it's been great, man. And I watched Raw last night after, a post-championship celebration. I thought it was a great episode. But Steve, you didn't invite me to the Royal Rumble predictions, man.
Well, I know, good sir. You were focused, you're a celebrant. We didn't want to interrupt your celebration.
No, man, I want to give my thoughts on the Rumble.
Well, now that you're here, good sir, what are your thoughts on the 2025 Royal Rumble going down this Saturday from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis?
Oh man, it's gonna be a big Rumble match, man. But you know who my pick is, Steve. He sold last night. He sold me on it, and he was my superstar of the year. I'm going with Jey Uso, man.
You going with main event Jey Uso?
Yeah, okay. Man. How did not feel anything after that promo? He walked out with Quavo doing the yeet. I really felt he's gonna win. I think they're building him up to win. I don't see anyone else, man.
He's the underdog, just like yourself, sir. Underdog story, just like you.
Yeah, just like the Chiefs, man. We're the biggest underdogs, and he keeps fighting just like we keep fighting, man.
I believe it, man. I believe it. That's fair. I mean, again, it can go either way, but I can see Jey Uso being someone that could win the Royal Rumble. What else on your mind, sir? What else do you want to?
Well, I'm predicting the Rumble, Steve. So the women's Royal Rumble match, I'm also going with another underdog, man. She's a champion already, and I think she's going to become a double champ by the time it's WrestleMania. I like Bird Lady, Lyra Valkyria. I think she's going to pull up the upset, man.
Lyra Valkyria. Oh, look at this. Chief's in the chat here. What's going on, Chief? Mahomes, go Eagle. We want the smoke.
Hey, man, I beat you guys 2 years ago. I'm going to do it again.
Very possible, sir. Very, very possible. But outside of that, I mean, look, it could go either. That's a good possibility too. Lyra Valkyria is a very good pick. to win the Rumble as well. Just like you're saying, Jey Uso too. What are your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens match, good sir?
Man, it's a really tricky match because I love Cody. Cody's a guy, just like I'm the guy. But Kevin Owens has some points. But just because you have some points does not mean anything. I thought that CM Punk, once again playing mind games with Cody. But Cody's so mentally strong, man. He's not going to let that rub him. And I think he's going to go ahead and beat Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, of course. It's very, very. I see that happening, sir. I see it happening for sure. It could very happen. But again, anything can happen in a ladder match. Anything can happen. Outside of that, what are your thoughts on the 2 out of 3 falls match between the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, good sir?
Hey, man, I'm Team WWE. DIY has been loyal soldiers to the WWE. When Johnny Gargano unfortunately got released from his first contract, yeah, that's right, people. I'm a huge fan. I know everything that goes on. Can't call me no bandwagoner. But anyways, just wanted to, because people think I'm a bandwagoner, Steve. I'm not a bandwagoner. I've been a huge fan. He could have left. He could have left to that other company, but he didn't. He didn't leave to the other company. He stayed loyal and he signed with WWE and he came back. So I'm Team DIY because they're Team WWE.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want that TNA team to win the tag titles.
TNA. I mean, did you ever watch a Motor City Machine Guns match, Mr. Mahomes?
Nope, never watched one in my life.
Oh man, okay.
That's why AJ Styles is not one of my favorite wrestlers. He's not WWE, man. He's TNA.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair.
And then also, when I was younger, I would argue with people on the message boards, and they try to say Kurt Angle's a TNA guy when WWE made him. Makes no sense.
That's crazy, right? That is crazy when you think about it, right? Indeed, it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, man.
When you think about it, yeah, Kurt Angle spent most of his career, even though technically he spent most of his career in TNA, but some people don't remember that. People thought he retired at one point.
No, who cares, man? That doesn't matter. It's like saying if I played for another football team besides the Chiefs, which I wouldn't, and then all of a sudden I play a little bit longer for the other team, you're gonna remember me as a Chief.
Well, of course. Again, when you think of a lot of people will say when they think of the Kansas City Chiefs, no, that's a team that Pat Mahomes brought to glory.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. WWE brought Kurt Angle to glory.
Just like you're bringing the Chiefs to 3 years in a row.
Yeah. No, that's what I tell people, man. I'm Team WWE through and through.
I respect that. Hey,
that other company just rents our stars, man. We make them.
Well, fair enough. But what were your thoughts, Mr. Mahone? Now that we got you here, I know again you had a busy weekend, so I know you were really focused. But I'm sure in your off time as well, you got to catch up on Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, man. I'm glad Jacob Fatu's not on the D line. he would probably kill me.
Wouldn't you want to have someone like him on the Chiefs, Mr. Mahomes?
Oh man, having someone like that. I would like to have Braun too, man. He could be my left tackle. I don't know. After that, I don't know if you'd be good on offense.
Play the Banjo by Venom.
I don't know how to play no banjo. But yeah, man, it was a good show. Rhea, awesome. Braun Breaker, awesome. Jacob Fatu, awesome. And it wasn't awesome when Gunther won. I'm tired of that guy.
Really? You tired of Gunther? The ring
getting man. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of him, man.
But he's pretty good though. When the bell rings, he's pretty good.
No, yeah, he's good, but I'm just tired of seeing him. I wanted my dog, the main event, Jey Uso, to win, Steve.
That's fair. Hey, look, you get an argument for me, man. You get an argument. I know, again, you got a lot going on. I know you're focused. 2 weeks from now, live in New Orleans. For you, this is like normal. This is like a normal day in the office for you, though. I'm assuming going to the Super
man.
Bowl.
This is nothing, man. I'm Steve. I'm really just going to, I'm going to play a football game and win my fourth Super Bowl, 3 in a row. If you don't know, Steve, I won one earlier in my career, and now I'm on the run with the three-peat.
Oh, exactly. You're gonna have Tom Brady doing the commentary for the game too. That's
man. I think he's gonna be a big hater towards me, but I like Tom. Tom's really cool too, man.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a great guy, amazing some would say, he crawled so you can run. Some would say, right?
I would like to say he ran so I could fly, but
there you go. There you go, too.
But anyway, Steve, I know you got to break down all the great action on WWE. And by the way, if you guys are wondering how did Steve watch WWE Raw last night, why don't you go, guys, sign up for Netflix? Netflix has all the great streaming products that you need. And not to mention live sports, live content, WWE. And if you're internationally, that's how you can watch the Royal Rumble this Saturday on Netflix.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Live on Netflix, guys. Live on Netflix.
For international users only, for you in the U.S., you can use the great Peacock service.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. And all you guys can use the Peacock service as well.
Man, I knocked out 2 ad reads and one goodbye.
You know, it's crazy today, Mr. Mahomes. I was driving today and I saw an accident on the highway.
Oh, man. Hopefully they bundled it up together with State Farm. Bundle Rooski.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Steve, what's that in the ad read? What is this, an ad read? Well, you got to know, Chief, when we got Pat Mahomes here, it's part of the deal. He has to read all his ads. He has to do it. He can't help
himself.
himself.
Chief, you missed it. When I came on, I read the ad for T-Mobile and the iPhone 16 Plus Pro.
Exactly. You guys missed it, man. You guys missed out on that. Absolutely. But Mr. Mahomes, again, I know you're focused. I know you're in training. Again, normal day in the office, but again, for a lot of players out there on the team right now, it's a big deal, right? For a lot of them, it's probably their first time stepping into the field on the Super Bowl and where the lights shine bright.
Sure.
But we're excited here, man. We're excited. We're excited. For sure.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Steve, have a good episode of Monday Night Raw. And remember, go Chiefs!
There you go. There you go, guys. That was Patrick Mahomes. Look at that. We bring everybody here, man. Good that we were joined here by the legend himself. But overall, Monday Night Raw, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It was a go-home show. Thought it was all right. Nothing to really go crazy until like the end where Punk and Cody Rhodes got into it, right? They had a little exchange. And again, it was cool to see. The visual was cool. Felt random as all hell, but hey, all right. Because here's the thing, right? I was under the impression that Raw was going to end right after Drew and Sammy. That's how it felt like. I'm like, oh, shit, 10 o'clock ending? All right, not bad. Sign me up. And no, it kept going. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not trying to mean that like, oh, man, really? No. I get it. Their sweet spot is 2 hours and a half, right? So I'm like, all right, what could possibly happen here? How can they drag this out, right, and all that stuff? And we saw what happened, right? And it makes you think who could possibly win the Rumble and all that stuff. And, for the most part, I thought the show overall was all right. According to Cage Match, they're giving the show a 6.87. Again, not a strong go-home show. I always say that the purpose of a go-home show is to get people to tune in, to get people excited for the PLE. Makes them want to say, you know what, I'm gonna spend my Saturday or my Sunday watching this event. I'm invested. And again, it's the Royal Rumble. So traditionally, you're going to be invested as it is, but I thought they did an all right job for the most part. Let me know in the chat, what did you like from Raw? What did you not like and all that stuff? The show opened up with, by the way, they were in Atlanta, by the way. They were in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, by the way. So the show opened up with Seth Rollins. They opened up with Seth, and he was in the ring to address the WrestleMania season, where he went on to say, 2025 was a rough year for him to begin, considering the fact that he lost to CM Punk. He lost on the debut episode of Netflix. He was literally sitting there, leaning on the bottom rope, reflecting on what happened, right? He was not the same, right? But outside of that, he asked himself who he wanted to be, and what that all caused him his path to redemption. And Rollins bowed, again in the men's Rumble, specifically to eliminate or throw over the top rope guys such as Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, and of course, in particular, Roman Reigns. He wanted to throw out Roman Reigns on stuff. And again, Roman Reigns on the cover now, 2K25 on the cover. So good for him on that. To be honest, too much talking on Raw. I'm a ring work guy, and they are trying to build up WrestleMania so it gets a pass. Yeah, it's the thing too. Like again, with these go home shows, you're gonna get a talking segment a lot, and the last thing you want to do is have all this in ring work, and chances someone gets hurt. And I know that happened later in the night with JD McDonough, which we'll get into in a little bit too. So factor that into, to be honest. So yeah, for the most part, I thought Raw was, all right. But I get what you're saying, though, Chief. I get what you're saying. And then Gunther came out, and Gunther bragged about defeating Jey Uso, on Saturday night's main event, which kind of was predictable for the most part. Before saying Rollins had forgotten what was important in the company, he needed to focus on what was important unless he lost his mojo, basically. And Rollins responded by saying that the World Heavyweight Championship would not exist. Gunther recognized Rollins' career, right? He put over all of Rollins' accolades, right? All the stuff that he's won, right? And also factor in that he was not the wrestler. He was not the best wrestler in the company, right? And that name belonged to him as World Heavyweight Champion, that being Gunther now. And Gunther then told Rollins that he wants Rollins to win at the Royal Rumble. He hopes he does win, just so he can crumble him, beat him at WrestleMania. And then, this is cool. Like, it's funny because we did mention on the prediction stream the possibility of getting Rollins versus Gunther at WrestleMania. The idea that, hey, Seth Rollins needs something. He needs something different now, right? So to put him in there in the mix is not a bad idea, right? But do I see him winning the Rumble? Not quite, And then this led to none other than Logan Paul interrupting. And he also, again, in case you guys didn't know by now, but he declared himself for the Royal Rumble. And he, basically said that, hey, that he is great at everything. And then Paul then said that he would be the one to win the men's Rumble. And then Gunther said to Paul, he wanted Paul to win the Rumble so he could smack him in the face. But Rollins responded by saying that he would embarrass him when he wins the title. So overall, I mean, again, it was a good talking segment, right? For the most part. It kind of sucks, though, I'm going to be honest, that Gunther doesn't have a match at the Rumble. It's like he's taking the night off. And I understand, too, at the same time, like, he had his Rumble match, technically, last week. This past Saturday night as Saturday night's main event. Which is cool and all, but and you think about it in the scheme of things, Saturday night's main event, the way it's been produced, the way it looks and all that shit, like, yeah, it's cool to see the nostalgia, all the stuff you want, but it feels like an upscaled Battle of the Belts. That's what it feels like, to be honest. Very predictable. The matches are fine for the most part, but the results are very predictable, right? Like, did anyone really think that Jey Uso was going to beat Gunther this past Saturday at Saturday night's main event? Not really, right? They love teasing you. Oh, it could possibly happen. Oh, look at this. It could possibly happen. And then it didn't happen, right? So there was that also. So factor that in as well. Triple threat WrestleMania with Paul, Rollins, and Gunther for the world title. I wouldn't mind it. It's possible. I mean, nothing is off the table, right? The idea of Logan Paul entering the world championship match is possible, right? At WrestleMania. I know he is. I know everyone saw this. I don't know how many of you saw this graphic earlier on Jake Paul's social media, but it's basically him and Logan Paul staring at each other. Something for Max. Now, people are hinting that they're gonna fight each other. I don't think so. I think it's a reality show. Because why would they fight on a Thursday? Just saying, right? But we'll see what happens with that one. But for the most part, I thought the segment was fine. It just sucks, though, that Gunther isn't getting a match at the Royal Rumble, in my humble opinion. But, yeah, I would not mind seeing Gunther and Rollins at WrestleMania. Hell, triple threat, sure. But we'll see what happens with that. After this, we got Kathy Kelly interviewing CM Punk ahead of the men's Rumble match. But then he was interrupted by Sami Zayn to tell him that he was right about one of them being on a different level. If you recall last week, CM Punk said, a lot of them are not on his level, and he referenced Sami Zayn, to which Sami basically responded by saying, yeah, you're right. We're not on the same level because one of us actually main evented a WrestleMania and the other one hasn't, which is a burn. Yeah, but it's like, all right, it was cool for the most part, but it just felt very friendly, like nothing like, oh, how dare you say that type of shit. And then you see Punk and Sammy, they go to different directions, and then Karrion Kross interrupts Sammy, and he's like, "Oh man, look, I know the kick was an accident, but if you recall last week, that being Sammy Haluva kicked Seth Rollins by accident, right, or whatever it was. Was it? Yeah, was it Rollins? By the way, right? Was it Rollins? Uh, yeah, I believe it was, right? Um, yeah, it was, but he wanted to let him know. But tell me, Sammy, it felt good though, right? It felt good that you did that though, right? To which he again Cross telling him also that he needed to focus on what was important and listen to the likes of Kevin Owens. And then he walked away. And after that, Cody Rhodes met with Sami Zayn, but Zayn said it was good to see Rhodes before randomly leaving, right? So there was that too. From there, by the way, yeah, obviously they're in Atlanta, so Cody's going to be there. Sorry, can't take Cross seriously. I still see flashes of Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people who still feel like he has not recovered, and you're not the only one. I still feel like in a way, the same way. Also, I still feel like they're representing him in backstage segments and stuff like that. But I really do wish, like, yo, can we do something with him? You know what I mean? But be that as it may. After this, we did see, again, because they were in Atlanta, they showed all these celebrities that were literally in the front row. Yeah, Little Yachty, Quavo, 2 Chainz, Noah, Centennial, amongst others, right? And here's the thing, they're showing all these celebrities, right, that were in the crowd and all that stuff, and it was cool and all. But I'm surprised they missed one person, and he was literally just chilling there. DJ Drama. DJ Drama was sitting there at ringside in the, literally with all these celebrities, and we couldn't acknowledge DJ Drama. What are we doing? What are we doing, WWE? But whatever. From there, we did get the World Tag Team title match between JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio versus War Machine, right? For the most part, I thought the match was all right up until the point where JD McDonough he hit the back of his head on the announcer's table, on the edge of the announcer's table, somewhere in the match after doing a dive. And you would have thought, oh my God, this guy caught a concussion or something, or no, he kept fighting. He kept fighting, which is commendable, very commendable. Can't take that away from the guy, you know. But dude took like a big hit to the back of the head, right? And then furthermore, right? Here's the crazy part about it too. They kept going with it. Like JD kept going, and then somewhere in the match, they hit him once again in the back of the head. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, if the guy is hurt, try to work around it, right? Or if not, you know what? Take it home. But at the same time, I gotta give JD credit for still going through the match, even though we already knew, like, yeah, bro, this guy is, again, he's a warrior, bro. He's a fucking warrior, and I agree, Chief. JD's one tough son of a bitch. Bro was scared for. I was scared for him. He did not look good at all, and it was not. I know he posted something on Twitter. This is what he posted after the whole thing went down. First off, thanks to everyone for the messages and the concerns. I'm good. I've got a couple of broken ribs and a punctured lung, so I'm going to be out for a couple of months. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse, so I'm grateful for that. And I agree. 100%. Could have been way worse, for the most part. But it sucks too because, like, yo, we're in the middle of WrestleMania season. It's about to be here literally come Saturday, and he's not going to be in the beginning stage. I hope he does make it to WrestleMania, right? But again, I'm happy that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, you know. So ATL let them appreciate his toughness. Yeah, and that's another thing too. He got an ovation. Like when he got back on the apron, he got an ovation, and for the most part. But the match kept going, and obviously the War Raiders did pick up the win. So there was that. But from there, I mean, look, I don't know what's gonna happen, right? But yeah, it just did not look good at all. We saw backstage Ludwig Kaiser meeting up with Pete Dunne, where he told Dunne someone should show him how they do things around here. And then the New Day interrupt, and they agree with them, with both Dunne and Kaiser, but they left. And then Kathy Kelly then interviewed the New Day when Woods said he would win tonight in his hometown crowd. And Kingston then asked Woods if his family was here. But Woods said he had not heard from them, but sent a lot of money in front row, spent a lot of money in front row seats for them to be around. So there was that. I mean, for the most part, look, it's still going with the New Day. They went on to face basically we had Rey Mysterio versus Xavier Woods. It was announced on commentary that Zelina Vega will be moving to Friday Night SmackDown moving forward. The match itself was fine. Nothing to really go crazy about, other than the fact that somewhere in the match, you had basically Xavier Woods confronting his family. Why y'all here? Why did y'all get here late? Where were you guys? And they all revealed they were wearing New Day suck shirts, right? The New Day sucks. I guess he had his dad, his mom, and his sister. That being Xavier in the front row, and that caused distraction. And then Ray picked up the one with the 619, and then the springboard off the top rope for the 1-2-3. So Ray does get the win. Again, felt random as all hell for the most part. Like as far as the match itself, it was fine, right? But you see after Ray celebrating with Xavier's family. So just to add more salt to the wound here, basically, for Xavier Woods and all that stuff. But like I mentioned before, they acknowledged that Zelina Vega is going to SmackDown, which, for what it's worth, it's fine. Wondering, who Raw will get. I know Bailey's now on Raw, so they gotta get somebody else, but we'll see. We saw Sami Zayn speaking to Rollins backstage, where Rollins said he and Zayn were good, but said he would not be so sure what happened last week was a mistake if it happens again. So there was that. From there, we got Jey Uso making his entrance along with Quavo. And basically, again, everybody was yeeting, right? And Uso said he could beat Gunther in some form before announcing his entry into the 2025 Royal Rumble. Uso then vowed to win the Rumble match. So there was that. I mean, again, you got a good reaction. Look at Jey Uso still gets reactions no matter what. Little Yachty on the side had me laughing like, what the fuck is he, Wood's cousin? Maybe. You never know, bro. You just never know. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I loved how they used the celebrities in some parts of the show. For the most part, they also announced, and I'm mentioning this now too. They had Kai Cenat show up, and if you recall, Triple H did invite I Show Speed to the Royal Rumble, so now you have Pat McAfee inviting, Kai Cenat, and he said he'll be there and he'll look forward to seeing I Show Speed, hinting that, hey, looking to both guys entering the Rumble. Look, man, I can't wait to see I Show Speed or Kai Cenat win the Royal Rumble. I'm kidding. It's not going to happen, but you just never know. We saw Jackie Redmond interviewing Lara Valkyria, who announced that she would enter the 2025 Women's Rumble match, but was interrupted by American Made, Chad Gable, Ivy Nile and Julius Creed, obviously, with Nile challenging Valkyria for the title and tossing her out of the ring in the 2025 Royal Rumble, Women's Rumble, that is. And after that, they confronted Alpha Academy, Otis Tosawa, and Max Unipre. I have no idea why the fuck are they still a thing. And made fun of them for being focused on doing TikTok dances. That's another thing too. Like, why is this still a thing? Why do we still have Alpha Academy as a faction? When Chad Gable was there, it was Alpha Academy. But why is it still now a fucking thing? And I agree, Chief. Can we just move on? Move on from all of this. It's fucking ridiculous. It is, bro. I agree. From there, we saw Kathy Kelly interviewing the women's world champion, that being Rhea Ripley, where she says she did not care who won the women's rumble, right? Since they would be brutalized, right, by her at WrestleMania. And then Bayley interrupts and says she may be the one Rhea Ripley sees at WrestleMania. After Ripley wished Bayley good luck, who happened to confront Bayley after? Io Sky, and simply told her she would see her on Saturday. Now, if you remember, there's history there. They both wrestled at WrestleMania last year, so there's history there. There's still some. What's the word I'm looking for here? Things that get settled right between those two. So look forward to it for the most part, but we'll see what happens with that one. We did get Bianca Belair and Naomi facing up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This was, to my understanding, like a title eliminator. I think it was like if they win, they get the title match. Even though didn't they pin the tag team champions on SmackDown on Friday? So why are we doing this again? Right? It looked like Bianca and Naomi had the match won. Right? Like Bianca hits the KOD on Liv, and then Dominic comes in, gets involved, called distraction. Right? And that's how basically they laid out Bianca, right? And they got the pinfall win. So there you go. Good for them. Likely they'll get a tag team title match out of this probably next week or something, but we'll see. I already mentioned Kai Cenat, right? He going to be in the Rumble event. They also had a vignette for Penta. Looked badass, by the way. And he announced that he's also entering the men's 2025 Rumble match. I know Chase said this, and I will agree too now. I think Penta will be the Iron Man in the Rumble. Is he going to win? No. But I think he's going to have an amazing performance at the Rumble this Saturday, and I can't wait. Cannot wait. We had Paul Heyman appearing at ringside to the ring, basically, to announce that Roman Reigns would be the cover star of 2K25. Heyman then said Reigns was going back to the mindset of everyone against him, intending to regain the WWE Undisputed Championship. Heyman then went on to say that everyone in the locker room aimed to be Roman Reigns, but was then interrupted by Drew McIntyre. And McIntyre said that he was only here to talk and only looking for a thank you from Heyman for being the one who catapulted the bloodline, right? Heyman thanked Drew, but then told them he was crowding him. And McIntyre granted Heyman his space, but asked him to tell his boy he would target him at the Royal Rumble, to which Heyman responded by he would tell Roman Reigns. However, McIntyre then grabbed Heyman and told him he was talking about CM Punk. And then Heyman nodded before leaving the ring. It's like, for whatever reason, Drew McIntyre can't get over CM Punk. I thought we were done with this. But again, I get it. It's the Royal Rumble. Every man for themselves. And he happened to be in the match. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I know there's still the favor going around, but I know they're going to probably air, I think they're airing a video on Friday or Saturday. I think it's like a sit-down interview with Jackie Redmond and CM Punk. And I think they teased that they're going to reveal or something regarding the favor that oh yeah, you forgot Drew said he's the Bloodline's dad. Oh yeah, that is true, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm under the weather a little bit, so I'm trying to get through this as best as I can. But yeah, he did say that too. He did say that, Paul Heyman did capitalize on Roman Reigns, got into his head, and all that stuff too. So yeah, basically. From there, we did get Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. The match, for the most part, it was fine. For the most part, didn't go really crazy. Like, again, just almost a 15-minute match. And Drew McIntyre picked up the win by cheating, put his foot on the rope, and pinned Sami Zayn. And then after this, what's it called? Drew McIntyre attacked Zayn after the match, but then Cody made the save, right? And who happened to appear after? Kevin Owens. And he attacked Rhodes. And Zayn tried to save Cody, but ended up blasting him with the haluva kick. So he did it again. Sami Zayn does it again. Does it again, bro. So this time, you can't tell me it was an accident. And then you see the visual. Like, well, Cody is down, recovering from the haluva kick. You see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn staring at each other, hinting, hey, maybe, just maybe, Sami Zayn's going to help out Kevin Owens. Not going to happen, but still, they want to fuck with you like that and just make you believe that that's a possibility, right? And then after this, Cody Rhodes cut a promo when he said it was not just about holding the belt, but it was about the responsibility of facing everyone around. And then CM Punk interrupted and tried to check up on Cody, because he understood what the belt would do to a man. He also referenced that, hey, he held the title for 434 days, right? And he said that he started to get burned out because of the belt. And Punk said Rhodes was not Superman, despite him trying to be Bruno Sammartino. Punk said he was here to be his friend and promised to always be his friend, because that was a promise he made to his father, that being Dusty Rhodes, and because he loved it. Punk then said to Rhodes that Rhodes was the man, but emphasized there are no friends, and he had a target on his back. And then Rhodes then asked Punk, then what's next for him, right? And then Punk said he would be able to go to sleep in his hometown because, again, they were in Atlanta, right? And Cody is from Atlanta, so he got to go home after, right? But he bets Rhodes would not sleep at all because he would be doing media, right? And if not, he would be thinking of the biggest match of his career. And then Punk said that if Rhodes made it past Kevin Owens, he would spend more nights trying to keep his belt. Punk then said that someone would be getting in the best shape of his career and take that belt. And the bad news is it was Punk himself. That was the bad news. And then Punk explained that he'd rather stab him in the front while others would stab him in the back. And then Rhodes said he was chasing him. Rhodes said that he was chasing him since the start of his career. But now the dynamic shifted because Punk was chasing him, and hoped Punk would win the men's Royal Rumble because he wanted him to catch up. And Punk and Rhodes then had an intense stare down, like you see on the graphic here, that intense stare down and all that stuff. And, not for nothing, I thought it was great, right? For the most part. Makes you think, hey, CM Punk and Cody, not a bad idea, right? But do I see it happening for WrestleMania? Could very well be, but again, it's one of those things where what is going to be the plan for WrestleMania? Who's going to win the Rumble, right? I have Punk as a favorite to win, but I think also Cena is the guy who I'm mostly aiming for. But I would not mind CM Punk. Would not mind it at all. And that was Raw. Again, Raw for the most part was an all right go-home show. Nothing to go crazy about, right? But I'm looking forward to Saturday. In case you missed it, we did do a preview on Steve's Kitchen, previewing the 2025 Royal Rumble, myself and Chase. We did this yesterday. If you're not watched it, go give it a watch. Also, tomorrow, we will be doing, once again, the new format of SAD. Something About Dynamite is no longer a weekly review show. It's now a watch-along. So every Wednesday, we're going to watch AEW Dynamite. And if you are a ATP channel member, you get to join us on the live watch-along. All right? And if you want to join, ladies and gentlemen, it's only $2.99 a month. You get all these perks. Hit the join button now. What are you waiting for? All right? And all that fun stuff. I think Cena's winning the Money in the Bank. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, Punk is winning the Rumble. The ending segment confirmed it to me. We'll see. Absolutely. Don't be surprised if Drew versus Roman at WrestleMania if Rock doesn't give a clear answer. I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be shocked if Drew the one who eliminates Roman Reigns from the Rumble. But we'll see. We'll see on that. But overall, I thought Raw again was an all right show. All right. But that's gonna be it for me. All right. Thank you all for watching. Much love. All right. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow the Around the Point Network on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. And for myself, for Patrick Mahomes, we'll see you all tomorrow on the live Something About Dynamite watch along here on the Around the Point Network. Peace out, everybody.